looks so mad. He looks so mad. My goodness. Oh. He looks really mad. Is he staring at me right now? I'm pretty sure he's staring at me right now. Oh, he's asking me. Oh, these scrapers. This is exactly what I need. Yeah, now we get the paint right off. Whoa, dude. Hey, what are you doing, bro?
So you might have seen this somewhat new prank trend going around on TikTok. It's called the bucket prank. But if you haven't seen it, let's talk about what it is. Basically, the entire prank is just putting a bucket on someone's head when they're not expecting it in public. That's it. That's the whole prank. And it doesn't even sometimes have to involve a bucket. Sometimes TikTok users, upload videos of them doing it with shopping baskets or any sort of container. And I'm a hater of prank videos. I've been a day one hater of prank videos. I think that it's rude. It's, you're inconveniencing someone who's often suspecting, they're minding their own business. It's very disrespectful to involve them in your video, particularly when it's uploaded without their permission. But sometimes it's more dangerous than that. So let's talk about the story of a time where a prank did become significantly more dangerous. And this woman was even hospitalized after she was targeted by this bucket prank. So this is Lana Clay-Monaghan, who's 35 and a new mother. And on Sunday, March 26, she was enjoying a rare moment to herself in the aisle of a Target 3 miles away from her home in Tustin, California. She gave birth to twin boys 8 months ago, and she says that a quick trip to her favorite store can feel like she's going on a vacation. Although that feeling quickly changed after she was the victim of this bucket prank. She said while she was looking at baby soap, she felt something come over her. She says, instantly it was dark. I started screaming, but it was really close to my face, so I couldn't really catch my breath. I couldn't get it off. And then after being caught off guard and frightened, Clay-Monaghan was able to free herself from the bucket, and she saw 4 young guys taping her and laughing. She then says that she tried to say something, but nothing came out. Clay-Monaghan says she tried to say, help me, I have epilepsy, but couldn't. Instead, she says she went down and smashed her head into the ground. Now, she says she lost consciousness and only regained it slightly in the ambulance when they were asking her questions. But her reaction to this event is so sad. She said, I was really disoriented, and so I didn't really get it together until I was in this trauma hospital. I thought to myself, it's my turn. I thought I was in a shooting because the last thing I remembered was being in a public place. Now, the new mom shares that she's a survivor of child cancer. And at age 3, she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is a blood and bone marrow cancer, and it affects the white blood cells. Though she's been in full remission for over 20 years, Clay-Monaghan has long-term comorbidities linked to her cancer, which includes epilepsy. Now, the Tustin Police Department released a statement, and they said that no arrests have been made, but let's pull up the statement. They say that they're aware of the several social media posts regarding the assault that took place at the Target, that they're actively investigating it. They said that 4 male juveniles entered Target, began walking around. They picked up a bucket and placed it over the head of a female shopper. Seconds later, the juveniles are seen fleeing the store. As a result of the incident, the woman shopper likely fainted, was transported to a local hospital in stable condition, and a police report was taken. So the kids performing these challenges are honestly lucky that they aren't the ones ending up in the hospital, because earlier this week, there was a story about a YouTube pranker who was attempting to prank a man in a mall in Virginia, and the man in the mall shot him. So it's not, just the victims who are putting their lives at risk, or whose lives are being put at risk, but it's also the people doing the pranks. But it's important to note that TikTok isn't doing anything to stop this. In fact, they're promoting these challenges on their social media profiles. We just had this pulled up, but we can pull it up again. We can see that TikTok is here. TikTok's own account is promoting the bucket prank. Now, this incident has led to a debate about influencers using non-consensual individuals in their content. I am fully against it. I hate prank videos. I've always hated them, not just because, for all of the reasons I've already listed, but also I think that they're the laziest type of content that you can make. You're not really doing a prank, you're just harassing somebody. The person who I mentioned who was shot in Virginia, I looked at his YouTube channel. Most of his pranks were pretending to throw up on my Uber driver or harassing security at whatever store. Like, these aren't pranks, you're just being an asshole. At least that's my opinion. But Ben, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so I'm a good person to have on for this one because I'm an expert on pranks. A lot of my early career was prank-based and hidden camera-based. I had a show on NBC called The Real Wedding Crashers. We would crash real-life weddings, but with the bride and groom in on it with us. So we were pulling pranks on their friends and family per their request to make their special day even better. I did lots of hidden camera bits over the course of my career aside from that hidden camera show. And pranks used to be clever. It used to involve wordplay or playing a character that was weird that somebody interacted with that didn't say put their life in danger, that didn't say smack them in the face with something. The stupid challenge you keep seeing where you swing a water bottle at your parent's head or your family member's head and they walk in and just get smacked in the face with a full water bottle. These are assaults. This is battery. This is not pranking. It's a disrespect to pranksters everywhere to be doing things that just blatantly have no cleverness, no humor, and are just showing, like you said, Ray, putting somebody at risk, being a complete to somebody, and then showing how upset they are at a thing of course they're gonna be upset about. It's disgusting and stupid, and TikTok allows it. As you pointed out, TikTok took down one of my videos for a community guidelines violation because I mentioned PlanCpills.org to help women get an at-home medication abortion because states around the country are taking away their rights. That's not allowed. But smacking your dad in the face with a full water bottle or putting a bucket on someone's head and making them pass out and go to the hospital, totally legit. This is the America that we live in now. It's disgusting. I hope it never happens to me, honestly. Wait, what? Help.
Like, I hate these people so much. I mean, just this idea, like you said, TikTok is profiting handsomely off basically telling people, hey, assault can be fun. I mean, it's the punch your grandmother in the head prank. I mean, but where is the joke? I think we're basically just saying go assault somebody, and we see situations like this. And now I go out to the mall. Now I not only have to worry about getting shot, I have to worry about getting bucketed too. And the reality is her quote is very telling. You're dealing with a country of traumatized people who are always on their guard, who are nervous about mass violence, and suddenly you're knocking them to the ground and covering their vision. People are going to respond as if their life is in danger because they don't know. And it is a shame. The only silver lining here is that a lot of creators, especially Gen Z creators, are unified in condemning this stuff. They say these guys are the worst kind of attention seekers. And at least, some of the kids, it seems, are all right.
Yeah, that's a great point. And the other indication of how fast our society is devolving is just look to about 7 years ago, there was the ice bucket challenge for ALS, which still involved a bucket, but at least you had to also go get ice. So it's a couple of steps, and you would put ice on yourself with a bucket to raise money for research for Alzheimer's disease for Lou Gehrig's disease, for ALS, and that was at least a purpose. You're opting in, and now it's just take a bucket, raise money for nothing, bring awareness to nothing, run around and hide and hope you don't get your ass kicked. That's where our world has devolved to so quickly. It's wild that this exists. The other kind of prank we mentioned in the pre-show that's very popular all over YouTube and TikTok and all these places is just dudes, these bro dudes going up to a woman there with her boyfriend and saying, hey, can I make out with you? Or trying to kiss somebody or smacking their ass and then being like, bro, when the boyfriend wants to kick their ass, be like, bro, there's a camera right there, it's a prank. Oh, hilarious, you assaulted my girlfriend, but it's for a camera, so that's fine. That's insanity. You're just being a horrible human being. You should be locked up for stuff like that. Bring cleverness to your pranks. Be a funny character and talk to people in a weird way. That kind of prank is Glebe approved.
But Ben, it doesn't count as sexual harassment if there's a camera there. That's the rule. If you say, bro, it's just a prank. It's just a prank, bro. Look, he's got a camera. Then you didn't actually sexually assault a woman at the mall. It was just a prank. It doesn't count.
Well, we're on camera right now, Ray, so feel free and harass me all you like.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.